Why you wanna play hate on me?
What's up, YouTube? King Smog here, and I'm wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, man. And on this Christmas Eve, I'm basically doing what I said I'd do and follow up on the Lil Wayne story. His private plane got raided. Now, he admitted to federal agents that he had a gold-plated 9mm handgun on board with him that was given to him by his daughter for Father's Day. Allegedly, the feds aren't doing anything about it. By the time the story broke, he was being detained by Miami police, and they were waiting if the state was going to pick up the charges. Now, this is weird to me because I know that in 2010, after fighting the case for 2 years, about 8 months for guns and a few other things. So why the feds aren't picking it up is beyond me. He also made a Twitter post saying, "Go Pax, go," and then got back onto Twitter and said, apparently the feds think that I'm referring to a different type of PAX in a different form. If you follow Lil Wayne even just remotely, you will know that he's a Packer fan. I mean, just get onto his Twitter or any kind of social media that belongs to him, that is legitimately his, and we'll see during football season and preseason, he's rooting for the Packers. He's a huge Packer fan. Even I know that as someone who used to be a huge Lil Wayne fan, but the guy just doesn't make music like he used to, but I'm still always going to support him. Again, I was thinking to myself, Lil Wayne has been riding around in private jets and living lavish lifestyles for quite some time, and if he was the type to move narcotics onto private jets, he would have already gotten jammed up for it. I'd really like to shout out Jordan Powers for just providing such authentic news to the masses, yeah. He reported like 2 hours after Gossip of the City, his jet had been searched by the feds and there were no charges being filed by either the feds or the state. So obviously there's nothing found in the plane, and he's gonna skate off of this scot-free, like beyond some Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. Like literally, he's not gonna do no time. Like in the clear, and yeah, no, that's not the case, because today the Miami Herald reported that a .45 caliber handgun, not a 9mm handgun. A .45 caliber handgun was found on the plane along with cocaine, heroin, and I feel so fine, fine, mom with ecstasy. Yeah, and ecstasy too, man. So this guy really likes his ecstasy. I've been following Lil Wayne for a cold minute now, man, and I just remember every time this guy gets popped for dope, dude, there's always some ecstasy, no marijuana or codeine was found. The codeine, promethazine, scissor drought is real, guys. Lil Wayne ain't even packing it, getting too expensive for him, dude. Basically, Lil Wayne's lawyer is saying that the plane isn't owned by him, and because he doesn't own the plane and it's not his private jet, that it's not his narcotics. Now, I have always been under the impression, and I'm pretty sure it's a fair assumption, that these private jets that these rappers fly in only have the rapper and their entourage. If it didn't belong to him, it most likely belonged to somebody in his crew. Typically what happens in cases like this is they're gonna get him on some kind of conspiracy charge. They're going to prove that drugs were within a certain proximity of him, and the amount of narcotics that was found was big enough as well as close enough to him, and it would be absolutely impossible for him to not have knowledge of these narcotics and the handgun. In California, they refer to as constructive possession. Now basically, constructive possession states that if you have knowledge of any illegal items inside of a confined area, whether it be a car, a private jet, a hotel room, a motel room, and the cops can prove this knowledge, like, you know, if they're raiding a jet and there's like cocaine and all kinds of stuff just sprawled out, or, you know, right next to Weezy's luggage, then, but it's not his luggage, but it's right there, then yeah, they're gonna be able to prove to a jury that he had knowledge that those drugs were on the plane. And that's just how these constructive possession cases work. A lot of times, you know, people will take the rap for it. Sometimes that works, but look, man, I was busted in a motel room one time and it didn't work. My buddy even tried to say, and everything in this room belongs to me, man. And the motel was under his name. And the cops said, I don't care. Look at all this stuff that's laid around here. You think I don't know that everyone in here is doing something? That you guys aren't all doing the same thing? I will continue to follow up on this story and give you the latest breaking news that I can possibly provide you guys. However, I do like to let the stories kind of ride for a little bit and gather up all the information that I can possibly gather and make sure that everything I'm telling you guys is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, except when it comes to what I do in my personal life. Just kidding. What are these guys doing? I don't know. I believe this to be the feds sending a message to the hip-hop community, the hip-hop police. They are no longer just, you know, roaming around New York. They're actually a branch of the FBI now. And I believe that they're just sending a message to the hip-hop community by raiding these private jets. It's just unfortunate that we lost Juice WRLD like that, just because cops want to combat this war on drugs, which ultimately they profit off of by making it illegal in the first place. And that's a whole nother different topic that I'm not going to get into, because this is a hip-hop related channel and I'm not trying to push too much politics in it, except if it's jail or street politics. I do push those. I think that admitting to the FBI that he had a gold-plated 9 on him is, you know, about as legitimate as his Twitter post where he was referencing the feds thinking that Go Pax Go meant that he was referring to packs of cocaine. Weezy probably said that, and the feds probably told that to a reporter just to kind of amp it up a little bit. Lil Wayne got out from doing that 8-month sentence and he ain't been back. He is a prime role model for the community, and I think that the feds are hating. They want him to be that guy that's going in and out of jail. They want him to be a bad influence. They want him to do all the things that they think that he could possibly be doing, because when he's being a bad role model, they know that other people are going to imitate that, especially the youth, and they will have more crime to combat and more job security. So yeah, King Smog sounding off. Like, comment, and shoot that Christmas sub, man. Just a little blessing, man, for the stocking.